Good evening, students. Welcome back to ptscadexpert and myself, Kumar Padia from the city of Surat in Gujarat. And welcome to this online learning platform, ptscadexpert, which is conducting almost 50 to 55 courses online. We have assembled here today for this particular course, Master Diploma in Revit, Complete Live BIM course, which is a combo of architecture plus structure plus community, of which I will be tutor for this particular architectural segment. Right? So a little bit insight for this particular course. We are here for this particular course, Revit BIM, that is Building Information Modeling. Fine. And the agenda is very simple and clear. Knowledge might be wisdom and power, but is more powerful when shared. Because if only one person knows something, how to do something, then often prevents the community to develop and grow. So the concept is keep learning and keep growing. Fine. So we today in this particular, all of us belongs to this particular AEC construction industry, that is architecture, engineering, and construction industry. We belong to different segments as structure, MEP. MEP in itself is a big wide field which uh, which is inclusive mechanical, that is HVAC, heating, ventilation, and conditioning system. Then we have electrical, plumbing. Okay, so the working units and working entities, all these different segments, construction industries, different. We have to deal with a lot of different people and different consultant agencies. So here is that concept comes into picture, building information modeling. Because we often, as a designer, end up making repetitions of multiple repetitions of the same sets of drawing in different units and different entities. Fine. So what is this particular course for? BIM, Building Information Modeling. It is accumulating, gathering, structuring the data and its documentation from starting from the conceptual stage till the end, till you hand over the project. Okay. So what does it basically deals with? So it deals with the analysis and the documentation and accumulation of all the data. Which data? The data that is the building, essential building assets that pertains to building assets and that is required for its execution on site. Right? So again coming to back to our dashboard, and this is the newly updated dashboard of ptscadexpert, and many of you might have access of it. So a little bit brief on this project has been given. Now I will just make you acquainted with this particular dashboard, wherein you will find all these particular videos, fine, wherein all this are the CAD file of the previous live projects that have been conducted by me, and you will find all these particular videos of which uh, I started this course September 22, way back September 22 until then, and ever since I have conducted seven batches, and this is the eighth batch. Fine. So if you want to refer to then old videos, then you will find it under designated folder. But the videos of this particular session every day will be conducted. Every day will be uploaded immediately after the lecture onto this particular folder, and you can find it. Okay. The format of the classes will go like we will have 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes of teaching part, which will be go uninterrupted. Okay. And then last 5 to 10 minutes will be the doubts and queries session every day from Monday to Thursday. Monday to Thursday, 6:30 p.m. the class will start. Okay. And the end time is not decided, but last 5 to 10 minutes will be the doubts and queries section, but only pertaining to that particular topic taught on that day. And on Sunday, since everyone is free and everyone has off, so we will have a big lecture of, let's say, 2.5 hours or 3 hours, I don't know. But during that time, Sunday, initially we will have a generalized doubts and queries session, which will be pertaining to doubts and queries uh, pertaining to each and every topic that has been taught during that entire week. Okay, fine. So now without wasting a single second, let's jump into the interface of Revit. Let's start with the Revit one, Revit teaching of Revit. Fine. So I'll just open up this home screen of Revit. Fine. So this is the home screen of Revit, RVT 2024. Fine. Then we have different templates. Fine. Now the Revit is divided into basically two categories. One is the model category and another is the family category. Fine. So model category pertains to the project environment, the project file. And families category pertains to the families which are nested within those particular project environment. Fine. So I'll just click this particular new, and this dialog box pops up saying new project, and I'll just go to this particular browse. Fine. And if you have properly extracted your library, then under this location, this is the location, C drive, program data, Autodesk RVT 2024. And under that, you have three main folders which you are going to deal with during this entire course. One is this family templates, another is this libraries, and third is this template file. So as I just said, I just made you explain that this whenever under model category you click new, so it will navigate to this particular template. So template files are the files which are pertaining to project environment, right? Whenever you click this particular new, and it will family navigate to family templates, and this all are the family files which are required for working on Revit. And third is this particular library. Fine. So we will move forward step by step, and I'll acquaint you with each and everything. Fine. So under templates, you have the lots and lots of different template files provided by Revit, of which all this is not of no use because it belongs to different language. What of our use is just two folders, that is English and English Imperial. English folder refers to metric system, that is mm, meters and mm in centimeter. English Imperial is the folder which refers to the imperial system, that is feet inches, and this course will be conducted in feet inches. Okay, so under English Imperial also you have lots and lots of template files. That is commercial, electrical. So as I said, that it deals with all three segments: mechanical, plumbing, precast, residential, structural analysis, which we will go always with the default architectural template. And this is the default architectural template. And I just open up and just go. So that opens up the project environment. And that opens up the project environment of this particular Revit. And let me just close that particular presentation because that is creating hindrance. Yeah, fine. So this opens up the project environment, and this is the welcome screen of the project environment, wherein many of you often might end up with this particular screen, just like this, with no toolbars. And so this is the upper ribbon. This is the no, this is the ribbon. This is the upper. What do we say? Uh, so this is the upper ribbon wherein you have all this particular quick access toolbar. Sorry, yeah, this is called the quick access toolbar. Fine, wherein we have all this particular 3D drafting commands. Fine. Under that, you have all this. This is called the ribbon, which has this different tabs. That is architecture, structure, steel, precast, system, insert, annotate, analyze, and all that. Fine. Under this, we have the different panels. That is build panel, circulation panel, model, room and area, opening, datum, work plane, etc. Fine. And this is the visibility control bottom. Fine. This is called the visibility control bottom. Right? Now, many of you might end up with this particular blank screen with no toolbar loaded. So under that case, what you need to do is that you need to go to this view tab. This is called tab. Under that, you need to go to user interface. Under that, two main toolbars we are going to use for this particular Revit, working on Revit. That is, one is the properties and another is the project browser. These two toolbars are the most important toolbars. Okay? Also, under this user interface, you have keyboard shortcut, just like AutoCAD. You can, for example, if I just go to move command, and then on your workstation, the shortcut for this particular command will be MV. Because Revit provides a shortcut for move command as MV, but I have edited it, and this is where you can edit your shortcuts for your particular proper use and for proper function. Okay, so then once this particular toolbar loaded, you need to dock it. Okay, you need to just dock it here. Fine. I will just yes. Fine. So properties and project browser. Fine. Now, first step after coming to this particular interface is that UN, that is the project units. That you have to set the project units, and this has lots and lots of fields wherein we'll see each of them step by step. As soon as we happen to make use of this particular criteria, I will explain you. But most is that we will use this particular length. Fine. Angle and this rotation angle. Both of them are pertaining to degree of angle between two objects, 3D or 2D. Fine. Slope is again radiant and gradient. Fine. This speed, time, volume, and currency is not pertaining. It's actually of no use. And people using earlier version of Revit won't so many bifurcations also. Right? Area is pertaining to area, and cost per area is of no use. Distance is pertaining to road stationing and bridges work. So what we maximum we will use is this particular length. So if I just click this particular length, then it open up this format dialog box. Then that if you just click, then you have lots and lots of different units, centimeters, decimeters, and all metric and imperial. Both all the unit pertain to two different segments of them categorized here. Fine. So we are going to continue with the feet and fractional inches and rounding. What is this rounding? This is precision of AutoCAD. So I will just say that rounding up to nearest one fourth of an inch. And with that, I'll just say that. Oh, fine. Since this is the first class, so that's why I'm allowing you guys to enter, but just make it a habit of joining. See, one more. Please try to join on. Fine. So UN project units, length, and onto that feet and fractional inches nearing up one fourth. So the first step after coming to this particular uh, project interface and setting up the units, what you need to do is that you need to go to south elevation and set up the level for this particular project. Okay. So as soon as I click this particular thing, you see that it reads level one fourth inch of a head and no head. There are two different types for this particular level category defined. Right? For example, if I just select this and change to no head, then what you see is that the annotation, this is called the annotation. Okay. The symbol for finish unfinished disappears for this particular thing. Okay. Now I would just like to bring to your notice that under this particular project browser, you have these different categories, that is floor plans, ceiling plan, elevations, okay, and legends. Now under this is to just expand this family section. Then you have lots and lots of families, nested families, system families, and those particular system families are hosting other nested families. Fine. For each and every 2D or 3D category, you will have a lots and lots of nested and embedded families. Fine. Within because Revit is a bunch and baskets of families, nested and embedded families within. Fine. So right now, this particular thing, this level is actually an annotation. See, if I just go to this edit and you see that it reads system family level. Okay. Onto that, two different types are defined: one fourth inch of a head and no head. This is just a name given, one fourth inch of a head and no head. That's just the name, but it has all this particular customization pertaining to graphical display, right? But this particular type is referencing this line pattern, which is a nested family, but it's a 2D nested family. Fine, it is a 2D nested family. Okay, so where will you find that? You will find under this family section under annotation. Under annotations, yes, annotation symbol. And under annotation symbols, you will find this level head circle and level head no bubble. Fine. Both of this are the nested family, nested embedded families, which are referenced onto this types. See, if I just select this level one and if I go to edit type of one fourth inch of a head, it is referencing level head circle. Fine. And that particular level head circle is here. And if I just change this to no head, then it is referencing level head no head, but that particular level head no head is here. Fine. So we need to understand all this particular, essentially all these things step by step. Fine. So what I will do is that how to lay this particular levels. Fine. So here under the datum panel, under this architectural tab, under datum panel, you have this LL. Okay. So whenever you click this LL, you have an ability to snap to the particular height. Okay. So what I will do, I will just create one uh, level and I will just drag it until it snaps. You see that it snaps to the dotted line. Fine. Another way is that LL, just press click LL. And these are the drafting tools. These are called the drafting tools. Fine. Under this, we should have this very powerful command pick lines. Okay. With that pick lines, you have all this instance parameters. इसको instance parameters बोलते हैं. We call this instance parameters. Okay. Under which offset, I will just say that what should be the offset. But first is that I would like to take this particular. Okay, fine. That's okay. That's okay. LL and yeah. With the offset of 10 foot, I will just say that pick lines and I will hover my mouse onto this particular existing level. And you find this dotted line. And as soon as I click, it creates new one more level. Fine. So that is how there are two ways of creating a level, but the later one, which I showed, is the more appropriate way. You see that you can click this, drag extend, and snap it. Fine. So I am just going to rename this, calling it basement level. And yes, this should be ground road level. Okay. This should be first level, first floor plan, first floor. That's enough. And this should be terrace. Fine. So this is how you create levels and rename levels in Revit. Okay. Now we need to make customization to this particular existing grid line. Right? Because I need to show you that what customization. You might be thinking that why is sir teaching all this? Is that or is this all important? Yes, of course it is very important because your office standards. If you might be working in your big office, or every office has its own office standards. Fine, of creating drawing. So when it comes to creation of drawing, then learning all this, that 2D interface is equivalent important in Revit. Okay, so I will just select this particular level head and I will go to edit. Right? And since I said that Revit, the bunch and basket family, always whatever customization you do to a particular one family, don't do to the family that you have selected, but always learn to duplicate, because you might happen to make any changes which which might or might not fit your what do we say, expectations. Then what if you want, what if you have made the changes and if you want to go back to what it was. So whenever you make customization to any of the family, just make sure that you don't forget to duplicate. Okay. So I will just give it a name, PTS grid line. Okay. And now herein we are going to start making changes onto this. Wherein this is the line weight. Fine. So I will just change this to something like 5. Color I will just change it to something like red. Okay. And line pattern. Fine. The line pattern is the referencing. There's again a system family. Lots of 2D lines. Just like AutoCAD, Revit also provides lots and lots of pre-established 2D lines. Fine. Of which I'm just going to select this particular dash dot create of an image. Okay. And symbol. Yes, we want the symbol of level head circle. Right. And with this, I just click that apply and go. Fine. So you see that the visual representation of this particular one level line changes. On this particular quick access toolbar, you have the thin line, TL. Just turn it on. See, you can see the line. Fine. Here is the graphical scale, visual graphical scale. You can switch between various different scales, okay, according to your visual perception and need. Okay. I will just select this particular thing and I will go to edit type. And I'll say that I want symbol at end 1 also. And I'll hit this particular checkbox. Apply and Yes. Fine. So with this, you have created your own custom level line. Fine. What I'll do is that I'll just select all of this and change this to PTS grid. Fine. Now what to be noticed is that if I just hover my mouse or if I just drop down to this particular under family section under annotation symbols, uh, will you find no? Since it is a 2D, yeah, sorry, actually, sorry. I was trying to say something else. Since it's a 2D element, so you won't find this particular type, this level type in the project browser. So you'll understand what I mean is that if it is a customization pertaining to any 3D element, then you will find that particular edited the edited type in that in its particular relevant category. But since this is a 2D annotation, so you won't find that particular type. What's right? So with this, I just close this particular elevation, and now we will come to this particular ground level, ground road level. Okay, and herein we have this particular grid. Right. So what is this? Places column grid line in building design. Fine. But before that, I will just say that wall. And with that wall clicked on, just don't worry, wall is itself a big command, which will take some couple of days too. But right now, in order to explain you the grid function, I need to draw a couple of walls. So I will just real quick draw some wall with the help of this particular drafting tools. And yes, okay. So I have created a few wall, and if I just go to this particular 3D, then I forgot to tell you that Revit is a multi-dimensional software. Whatever you create in 2D automatically gets converted into 3D. Now, one more command for today. Let's say that you want to see the both of these views side by side. Then what are the options? The option is WT. This is called the tail view. Okay. And again, when you want to see the extended view of this particular one, any one view, then the opposite of side TW. Okay. So we have created this particular wall, and I will just say that GR. GR is the shortcut of this particular grid. Okay, and I will just hover. You see that automatically I take my mouse over this particular point. It highlights this dotted line. Fine. I will draw couple of grid lines. One, two. But how will you draw this particular slant line? Slant grid line, how will you draw? So GR, okay. Now, here is the command multi-segment. And with that multi-segment selected, I know that the thickness of this particular wall is 8 inches. So what I'll do, I will offset 4 inches. I will snap pick lines and I will create 1 and 2. Okay. And herein, just drag it to the extreme point of extreme line, that particular wall. And from herein, I will again select line and create 1, likewise 1, and just fetch. Fine. So that grid has been created. Okay. Again, I will press that GR with that same multi-segment, the offset of 4 inch. I will just pick lines. I will just create this, but I will just take it to this point, this here. Again with line command, just snip. Okay, and just switch. Okay, and GR, one more. You see that Revit, in Revit, you don't need to worry. If I just click this particular thing and shuffle or toggle with my mouse, it will always snap to the required lines. See, it's snapping to this particular horizontal line. The center of this particular wall. See, so drafting becomes so much easy in Revit. Okay, um, I will call this A and I will call this B. Okay. Now someone will tell me what is this? What do we call this? Yes. What are these lines that we have drawn? Yes? No one? Come on, this is an interactive session. Grid, but what grid?
So center line.
Yes, very good. Center line or face. Okay? But the use of this grid line to grab it doesn't limit to providing a center line or grid line and given dimensions, but far way beyond than that. And I will show you when that particular function will. Okay. But now this particular grid line also we can edit. And just like level, if I just go to edit type, you see that again it is reading system family grid. So this particular system family grid is referencing three different types. The level family was referencing two types, but this particular family, grid family, is referencing three types. Okay, all it has the same customization. Fine. So if I just select this particular thing, if I just change it to custom bubble custom gap, then you see that the visual appearance of this particular one line is different than this. Let me just scale down a bit so you can really visualize the difference. See, this is real black, but this is the middle center portion is gray, and then their end segment. Center segment is gray and end segment is black. But if I just select this, and if I say that bubble gap, and if I just click, then you see that it entirely changes. Let me just change this to the bubble gap. Okay. Right? So you see that the line exists only into end segments. In center, it disappears. Fine. So all this customization associated to grid line, we need to understand. So what I will do? What is the first step that I will do? By going to edit type. Yes, come on. We want to edit and make our own grid line. What is the first step that I'm supposed to do? If you guys won't respond, then I won't teach further. Because as I said, this is an interactive section and I want students to interact. Because even
First of all, we want to duplicate the grid.
Yes, very good. PTS grid line. Yes. Please mute your mic. Thank you. Whomsoever he was. Okay. Very, of course, it has two families, that is grid head circle and grid head no bubble. But just like level head circle and level head no bubble, these two families will be enlisted here. Of course, we want this circle. Okay. But now we have this only one parameter is different here. Right? Wherein we have an option to reference different line to the center segment, which is not true for the level head, which is not true for the level line. It is true for this particular grid line. So please mute your mic. Yeah. So what I will do, I will select this particular PTS grid line and go to edit tab and we start customizing. So the center segment is right now continuous, right? Let's say that if I change it to none and just click apply, what will see? So let's say this particular 1/4 inch bubble gap. So it implies that it is that customization. This particular type is following this customization. Yes, but but we don't want it none. We want it custom. So as soon as you click custom, first let me that with that continuous, what change can we do? We can just change this level. We can change this color to red. Okay. The end pattern segment. What should be the end pattern segment? Double dash height of an inch. Okay. And plan view add symbols both end. And this is the same customization we did for level for level line. Okay. That customization reflects. Okay. But what is that one customization which is and that one customization is that the center segment is set to custom. So with that, it highlights this one more parameter. Which parameter? That is end segment. End segment weight, end segment and end segment. Right? So if I just click this particular continuous, then that will just highlight. Oh, sorry. I said the other way. If I say that continuous, then it will just give the properties and parameters for this end segment. But if I just say that custom, then it will highlight this particular center segment. Center segment, just change the weight to 4 and color to blue. Okay. or yes, blue is fine. Okay, now bottom what color? In this particular type, instead of double dash 5 of an inch, we reference double dash 5 of an inch for the end segment. So for this segment, I will say that I want dash dot dot dash dot. Let me just see dash dot dot dash dot dot also has some weight. Okay, let's say select this particular dash triple dot and just say that apply. So with this, now what do you notice? You notice that we have an end segment which is carrying some line weight and some dimension, and we have the center segment. Fine. This is the customization that we can do to the grid line. And from here, I will change this particular length. In segment which is carrying some length. Dimension is not a perfect word. Length, I will just change this particular thing to 4 inch. Then what do you notice? That still this particular point, it is the end segment, then we have the center segment. That you can decide on the basis of your sheet in your drawing. Fine. With this one selected, what I will do, one more command for today. If I want to select the similar elements of that particular type, then what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to click SA. Okay, but I will not select this. I will select this because this has already been renamed. Then I will just change to 1/4 inch of bubble. Okay, and I will select this also and change it to 1/4 inch of a bubble. Okay, now all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lines, grid lines belong to the same category. Fine. Let me just check. Oh, 1/4 inch of bubble. So all of the 6 grid lines belong to the same category. What if I want to select them one at a go and change it to our some BTS grid line? So here is just click the right click, okay, just select the line and right click and say that select all instances visible in the view or entire project. Visible in the view. Let's just say that select. So they get all of them are selected one at a go. The shortcut for this is select that one grid line and say that SA. That will select all the grid lines. And with that, I'll just drop down and change them onto PTS grid line. Okay. So now your PTS grid line has been referenced along all the walls. Fine? Yes. So now with this, we are going to start with this particular architectural tab. And today will be a very small and short and sweet and simple introduction to this particular big wall command. It is a very big command. It will take some 2 to 3 days to get completed. But today I will just give you an overview of this particular 3D drafting command. Okay, wall. Fine. So as soon as I click wall, it has, when you drop down, you will see that it has lots of different categories. Wall architectural structure, wall by face. What we will be dealing with this wall architectural. Okay, the shortcut to that is WA. WA, fine. It might not be in your on your workstation, but I have entered that shortcut. No, that is a generic shortcut. Yeah, fine. WA, you will also find it on your workstation. Fine. So as soon as you have clicked this command, you see that under this properties palette, when you drop down, you see that you have lots and lots of walls already built by Revit, provided by Revit. Fine. We will come back to this later, but first, what I need to make you understand with this basic wall, generic 8 inches. Fine. If I just go to this particular edit type, then if I go to edit, then you see that has been provided the thickness of 8 inch. Fine. I will come back to that also again. But with this 8-inch wall, you see that you have this instance parameter. This are called the instance parameter, which pops up. Okay. Whenever you click any of the command on this particular upper ribbon, some parameters, few parameter pops up, and those are called the instance parameter. Fine. Might be possible that in your case, this particular wall WA, when you click, it might get activated. This command might get activated with this function depth. But of course, you never want a wall to go into depth, and you always want to elevate a wall. So that's why it will show up, pop up this particular warning. So in that case, what you need to do? You need to change this option to height. Okay. So with this height, now you need to change some of the functions, associated parameters. So right now it says that next is this unconnected. With this, you can snap the height of that particular wall, the top level of that particular wall to any of the custom created floor plan or custom created level. Fine. And with unconnected, you have an ability to enter the height manually. Fine. But what I will say that snap it to first floor. Fine. So as soon as you click this particular first floor, what you notice is that unconnected height changes to 10 feet. Why? Because the base constraint is ground level and the top constraint, we mentioned that it should be first floor. Fine. So with that, I will just, you see that these are the different drafting tools. Fine. And I will just start drafting. And what do you notice? You notice that whatever you have drawn, if I just go to 3D, then you see that that particular thing has been elevated in third dimension. Fine. Not only that, this is the view cube. Okay. If I just go to this particular front elevation, then if I select any of the wall, then what do you notice that its base constraint is ground road level and the top constraint is first floor. Fine. This is one thing. I just press WT so we can have a side-by-side view of what we are drafting. Okay. Next, I'll click again W. So again, that same parameter pops up. If you want to make a parapet wall, then just go for this unconnected and let's say that 3 foot. And let's draft some walls. Fine. So that particular parapet wall has been created. Okay. Again, I'll click WA and this is the location line. Very important. But I will come back to it later because there are a lot of options. Fine. But I need to show you this particular three categories first before showing you this location line. So what is this chain? See, if I just click this particular wall command and with height up to first floor, if I just go on drafting, then it will go on drafting. But as soon as I uncheck this particular chain and draft, that will be the last wall that it draws and it won't further draw any wall. Okay, so that is chain, check and uncheck. Okay, next is that let's say that we have a wall. Okay, and we want to draw a wall exactly at, let's say that it's a corridor or passage, and I want to draw a wall exactly at 5 feet from this wall. Okay, and I will just snap to this line, and if I just draw this, then what do you notice? That it has drawn parallel wall exactly at 5 feet distance. And from this quick access toolbar, you can just measure here, align dimension. You can also go to this modify tab and there too, you can measure and just press tab because right now it is snapping to center. Right now, this is snapping to center. Fine. So see, if I just click align dimension, it is snapping to center. But you press tab. So as soon as you click tab, you are able to select the outer edge. And from there, if you just press tab again and measure this, then it is 4 feet 8 inches. And why is it like that? Yeah, okay. That is the reason pertaining to that location line. See, WA and with wall center line, I said that the offset of 5 feet. So that's why it is snapping to 5 feet, 5 feet from this particular wall center line. See, press tab and see, this is the 5 feet distance. Okay. So that is the option to draw the parallel walls. Next is this radius. The radius of 3 feet. If I again go on drafting the walls, but chain is unchecked, sorry, Control Z and with chain checked on, I will just draw this particular wall. Then what do you notice? That it is following some blunt edge. If you select this, then this would have the radius of 3 foot that you entered. Okay. If I just delete this, then again two walls are different. Now how to join this? That is fillet of AutoCAD, TR here in Revit, trim accent, fine, trim accent to corner. Click it, click this wall and click this wall, fine, and you have a sharp edge and those walls are exactly joined at 90 degrees, fine. So everything is getting created in 3D, fine. Now, these are called the elevation markers. I will just drag this elevation marker a bit far away so we can have a free canvas onto which we can work properly. WA, I will click this particular WA, fine. And now is the time to understand this particular location line. These are various different options. Wall center line, finish face exterior and finish face interior. Core center line, core face exterior and core face interior, fine. Today, I will just explain you that what is this wall center line and finish face exterior and interior, fine. So in order to explain you that, again I'll go to architecture and floor architecture, and with this particular, with the help of this 3D drafting command, I will just draw a simple floor and just finish, fine. So that floor has been created, okay. Now that particular designated level, or but that is not important because floor is altogether a different topic. Sorry guys. Okay, so WA, that is again wall. And with this wall center line selected, come on, now someone tell me that what do you infer? What line is it snapping to? कोई बता सकता है?
Center line, sir.
Center line.
What center line?
सर फ्लोर के जो कॉर्नर है वो बिल्कुल सेंटर में आ रहा है बोलते हैं
Floor is center line.
Yes, it is snapping to this particular, the edge of the floor is snapping to the center of the wall. Fine. Why? Because the location line is central. If I say that, please mute your mic whoever. Yeah, thank you. If I again click this WA, and with this, if I say that finish face exterior, and if I draw the same wall, what do you notice? That the edge of the floor is snapping to the exterior of the wall. Fine. And just like that, if I just say that interior and draw that, then it will snap to the interior of that particular wall. Fine. But if I just select this wall and press space, that will flip. You see this flip arrow? So what do you infer? That finish face exterior and interior are one and the same. Okay. Finish face exterior and interior are one and the same. What is different is this particular wall center. Okay. But now, what next is that I just essentially get rid of this particular one wall. Okay. But now, what is this particular core center line? Core face exterior and core face interior. To make you explain this, I need to select a category of wall, type a system of wall that comes with Revit. Okay. And I will select this exterior brick and CMU on metal stud. And if I just select this particular one wall, and if I, with this particular core center line, not finish face exterior, neither finish face interior, and neither wall center line, but core center line. With that selected, if I just draw this particular one wall, then what do you notice? If I just select this particular wall and if I just go to edit type and if I just go to edit structure, then you see that this is the complex assembly of that particular one wall. Fine. For which, agar hum ye, if we talk about this particular wall and if just go to edit type, then you have only this one parameter, 8 inch. But for this particular wall, if I just go to edit type, then you see the customization done to this particular wall. If I just show you the preview of that particular wall in plan, then you see that that particular wall is built of so many layers. Right? So in this case, the point being that what line is it snapping to? CS. And if I just click this particular thing, okay, and with that CS create similar. Fine. If I just select this particular 3D element and if I want to draw that same line, then create similar. Yeah, here it is, create similar. The shortcut of that is CS. So I will select this wall and say that CS, but this time I will change this to core face exterior and draw that same wall. Fine. And with that, core face to interior, I will again draw that same. The location line of all these three are totally different. What line is it snapping to? What line is it snapping? To understand that,
center of structure, sir.
see, if
Center of
anyone
structure
has,
to
wait, listen to me. If anyone who has watched the videos from last session from previous batches, please don't answer. And if you have not watched, and since you know it, and if you are answering, then it is fine. Kudos to you. Very good. But if you have watched the sessions from previous lectures, then please don't answer and let other try. Fine. So yes, what were you saying? Please tell me once again.
सर मेन गोल है उसकी सेंटर लाइन में आ रही है जो उसके साथ लेयर्स लगी हुई है वो इंक्लूड नहीं हो रही
मतलब
सर वॉल्स में जो लेयर्स लगी हुई है ना डिफरेंट डिफरेंट लेयर्स है
yes,
वो इंक्लूड नहीं हो रही जो मेन लेयर
yes.
है वो उसकी
Okay,
सेंटर
you are
लाइन में
correct. You are correct, right? Okay, let's other understand. Let's others try. Okay, fine. So you are correct. So with this, if I just, you see that to understand the mechanism, I need to make you understand two things. Actually, three things. One is, if I just select this particular thing, see that this is the visual scale I show you. You can change the visual scale from here. This is called detail level, under which we have three categories: coarse, medium, and if I just change this to coarse, then you see that nothing really happens. But if I just change this to medium or fine, still anything. First floor तो है. Why it is TW? Okay, and yeah, fine. Sorry. So why that problem occurred? I said that WT, and all this particular graphics display option, bottom taskbar graphics display options are view specific. मतलब जिस व्यू में जो चेंज करोगे उसी व्यू में वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन दिखेगा. That will reflect only in that particular view. If you want that particular change to appear in this view, then essentially you need to do the graphics display changes option in this particular view. See, these are different. So that's why it was not reflecting. So I will just press TW, that will have an expanded view. And from here, I will just change detail level to medium. So you see that lots and lots of layers pop up. Medium and fine are one and the same. Only the coarse view is different. Fine. But with this particular medium or fine, if I just change this particular visual style, then under that too, you have the different options. Wherein this is the wireframe, which will show the skeleton view of that particular wall. If I just go to 3D, then as I said that this are view specific. Again, if I select this particular wall here, and if I just change this particular thing to wireframe, then that will reflect here. You will have a skeleton view of that particular wall. See? Okay. Then what next? We have the hidden line, under which you have this is the graphical representation of that hidden line. It will not show the construction part. Then we have the shaded. Okay. Now when you come to this particular shaded, you see that this colors changes. With that, if I just go to consistent color, then it will give a different little bit of more dense glow. Then if I just go to this particular texture, then it will exactly display the material that has been applied to that particular layer. Fine. This option will not be present in the students who are using version earlier than 2024. Okay. They will have consistent color and then directly realistic. So always will work with realistic only. That is realistic. Exact material that has been applied to that particular layer. Fine. If I just go to 3D, and here too, I'll just change this HL, that is hidden. WF is wireframe, HL is hidden. That is the shortcut which I have entered for this particular thing while going to view and in user interface and this particular keyboard shortcuts. If I just look for realistic, see, I have entered R as a shortcut, which you will not have on your workstation. Fine. So HL and CC is consistent colors. SH is shaded. Okay, and R enter is realistic. So on realistic, you have an exact material that has been applied to that particular wall. Fine. So if I just go to the particular ground level and when I select this particular wall, if I just go to edit type, and if I just go to see, this is the color which was appearing in which category? In consistent color and shaded. On two, these are called the visual styles. On to two visual styles. Which two visual styles? Shaded and consistent color. Watch this color. Watch the shade of this color. So that it is appearing. Fine. But if I just go to edit type, then you see that these are the materials that has been applied to that particular one wall. Fine. From which, if I just go to any of the material, then that will open up this material browser. Fine. And if you go to this particular course structure, this is a syllabus PDF file. Okay. And if I just open up that particular PDF file, then I forgot I should have shown this particular thing in the beginning, but that's okay. This is the course structure onto which this particular course, entire course, is going to get conducted in this different fields. Fine, topics and subtopics. But it might happen that many of the functions and many of the topics might overlap. For example, this material and render is a ninth topic actual. But in order to make you understand this particular wall function, this particular wall function, modify wall properties, I need to make you understand the material part. Okay, so that's why I'm just giving you an insight of that particular thing. So these are the various existing materials provided by Revit. Okay, if I just drop this down, AEC material, so right now showing this particular fail to load library. Okay, so what I need to do? I need to save this desktop and with that project 3 saved. What I will do is that I will close this particular Revit and I will open a new Revit. Yes, with that, if I just select this particular wall and if I just go to edit type and edit and brick common, if I just toggle, then what you see is that you have this lots and lots of pre-existing material defined by Revit, of which some are part of this particular asset browser, project browser, and some are not. So these are the existing materials of Revit. And if I just go to this particular asset browser, then under the appearance library, you have lots and lots of predefined material which you can use. Fine, but you don't need to go into detail of this later, this right now. That will follow. Everything will follow step by step. I'm just giving you an overview. So see, right now, for this particular brick common, you have this various different tabs: identity, graphics, appearance, physical, and thermal. These two are very technical, but of no use. And it is of no use for this particular course. Fine. What important is this two? This is the appearance tab. Under this, it has been applied this JPEG image. Fine. This particular JPEG image, and these are all the mattes. If you have not properly extracted with your library, you will have this missing. Fine. So these are the different mattes that are provided by Revit. Lots of them, thousands of them. Fine. Under this, which this particular JPEG image has been applied to it. But under this graphics, you have this particular thing: surface pattern, cut pattern, and all this customization. Fine. So this is the reason. See, here this particular color has been given. And this is the reason that that particular thing is reflecting that particular for all the materials. Likewise, this is plywood shielding, this is gypsum wallboard, this is something else, this is the air layer. Fine. So you need to understand all this before proceeding further. So how to what should be done in that case? So in that case, what we will do on Sunday, I will stop this particular lecture here, and we will on Sunday start from this point, wherein I am just going to select this particular wall, CS, that is create similar. I will particular draw that wall, I will edit type, and what is the first thing I'm supposed to do? हमें हमारा खुद का कस्टमाइजेशन करना है. What am I supposed to do?
Duplicate.
Yes. Very good.
Duplicate, sir.
PTS wall. Fine. So on to this particular PTS wall, we will start with this particular PTS wall on Sunday, 9:45 a.m. sharp. This is that particular PTS wall. Please mute your mic, whomsoever. Fine. So this PTS wall we will start with, and we will.
आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Yes.
अब
Is there a problem with everyone? Can't hear me? Or am I audible?
yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Might be a problem on your end. Fine. So what we will do? We will start with this particular wall, and we will achieve this while having various customization to this particular wall. Okay, and we will move forward away from this. Fine. Trying to understand all its assets and attributes and all the properties and all the benefits. Who is this? Please have a habit of muting your mic when a class is going on. Disturbs a lot. Fine. So that was a clear-cut introduction to this particular multi-dimensional, three-dimensional world, Revit. Okay. So does anyone wants to ask any query or any generalized doubts or anything want to ask regarding this particular course? Anyone? Yes. किसी को कुछ पूछना है?
Hello. Sir.
Yes, Priyanshu.
Sir, I want to ask if I want to create my own wall, then how would I create that?
मतलब?
अगर मुझे खुद की वॉल बनानी है, like I want to I want to use the AAC blocks that mostly आजकल कंस्ट्रक्शन में यूज होता है कि AAC blocks. So I want to make that sort of wall. So how would I make that without duplicating and all stuff? I want to construct my own wall.
अभी तो we have still started, dear Priyanshu. You are asking something which is going to cover up much later, because other students you might be acquainted with the interface of Revit, so that's why you are asking this particular question. But there are a lot of other students who are completely new to that. So what you have asked is something very much advanced that will follow later in the course. That how to create own wall, how to do customization to own wall. Everything will follow. Don't worry. Step by step, सब कुछ follow होगा. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you can create anything. I will just open up the last batch. In order to just clear your doubt, I'll just open up the file of last batch. So with that, I can just acquaint you what we are going to perceive. Jan batch, yeah.
हेलो सर, एक डाउट था सर.
Yes. Let me complete इनका डाउट क्लियर कर लेते हैं, then we'll continue with your. So 3D and see all this particular customization and everything we will learn step by step, that how to create such walls, some customized wall, this corner wall, and everything. Then yeah, see all this particular customization. सब कुछ सीखेंगे step by step. Fine, so don't worry. Just stay tuned and practice regularly. I want all of you guys to implement whatever taught on that very day. Because if you skip, so all my batches, all batch students has a couple of volunteers who walk hand in hand with me. And with that, they beautifully catch up the entire course. Because it might happen that if today something is shown and if you touch it after 2 weeks, then you might happen to encounter a lot of problems and queries, and even might not generate some queries. So it is my request that some students should voluntarily keep on working simultaneously as soon as I show that should be implemented and pasted within a day or two. See, this was what I was trying to show you. See, this is the customized wall. See, free form geometry. So everything will follow. Just stay tuned. Okay, yes. So now who was that other guy wanted to ask something?
सर मैं बोल रहा था मैंने वर्किंग कर रहा हूँ सर अभी प्राइवेट सेक्टर में एक्चुअली मेरा पंच आउट होता है 8 o'clock के बाद पंच आउट होता है सर कभी अगर वर्किंग टाइम में मैं अगर सेशन ज्वाइन में हूँ कभी बीच में कुछ कॉल आ जाता है काम आ जाता है तो एग्जिट हो जाता हूँ ना सर उसके बाद ज्वाइन कैसे हो सकता है
वापस वही लिंक करने की, और जैसे ही तुम वही लिंक क्लिक करोगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली यू
हाँ
विल
सर
ज्वाइन. ठीक है.
ओके आप एक्सेप्ट कर लेगा ना सर हमको ये पूछ रहा था सर
एक बार 6:30 या 6:40 को 6:40
हाँ
के
सर
पहले आपने ज्वाइन किया और मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया ना, उसके बाद तुम मल्टीपल टाइम लीव कर लेफ्ट कर सकते हो और वापस ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. नो इश्यूज विद दैट.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके ओके सर यही
Yes,
डाउट था
but
सर
make sure that whomever is attending the class join by 6:40, because someone today joined at 7:15 also. So
ओके
it
ओके
breaks the link. Just don't make that happen. It breaks the link. वो पढ़ाने की लिंक टूट जाती है, फिर मजा नहीं आता. Okay,
ओके
so
सर
just make sure
ओके
that you join by 6:40.
6 वर्ड ओके सर
Yes.
थैंक यू सर
Yes. Anyone else? Anything? Shall we end up the class today? Fine. So everyone press and get up to this point and let me know if you have any doubts or queries, and we will meet on Sunday 9:45 a.m. in the morning sharp. Okay. So bye everyone.